Hello YouTube, Zambri here. I guess I just wanted to have a little rant, or I don't really know exactly, I just kind of felt like making a video. Um, so today I went to Dollar General and I had my personal monthly lady things in my hands to purchase, and there was this woman complaining about $1.50 and blaming Dollar General for it because apparently she didn't have 40 bucks in her bank, but she swore up and down that she in fact had 40 bucks or more in her bank. And she was making such a big deal about it, and me and a few people in line were trying very hard to hide our laughter. And I felt really bad for the manager because she had to deal with it, and she ended up getting so frustrated, in fact, that she just gave the customer $2 of her own and sent her on her way. And I gave the manager a hug, and I told her that I hope her day got better, and I made her smile. And of course I let her vent to me about the whole situation. This is why I don't do well with retail, because there are way too many people out there that are just nasty and will raise all sorts of havoc just to get some sort of benefit in any way. I don't got time for that. Nope, I do not. So, yeah, that was that. It was frustrating, but looking back on it, it's really funny. I was just standing there like, dude, like, I really need to buy this stuff, like, right now and go home. Can we stop arguing here? Can you stop being an idiot, please? But, yeah, I kept my comments to myself, like a good person. Another thing, it kind of goes with the topic of the lady being ugly at Dollar General. She was so illiterate, and that's what made things so much worse. And finding illiterate people here in Kansas is not uncommon at all. In fact, words like seen, like I seen it, and I seent it, yeah, that's a thing here. People say that, and it's so common here, in fact, that people throw that into their regular grammar as if it is good grammar. It makes me cringe really bad, and it's so hard to not, like, correct that person. I'm not from Kansas, but I've lived here most of my life. So you would think that I'd be used to the way people speak around here, but it never gets easier. And it's especially hard when someone's upset, like genuinely, like crying and upset, and they're just like, I seen it happen, and I seen it the other day, or I can't handle this no more, and you're just, I'm sorry. No, actually, someone's grammar has nothing to do with how you take care of that person emotionally, of course, but still, maybe it makes me kind of an asshole, but when someone, no matter how they're feeling, when they use improper grammar, it already just registers in my mind as, why are you saying this? And I, like, asterisk sign the actual word anymore instead of no more, or I saw it. And that's the thing, like, there's so many other things that you can say besides seen and seen. You could say, I've witnessed this. Guess what I saw? I spy with my little eye this thing over here that I found rather intriguing. You could say stuff like that. Of course, you might get made fun of, but at least it's proper. What else is there? Well, yeah, I was born in Nashville, Tennessee, and I lived in Wichita, Kansas for most of my life. I moved to Texas when I was a freshman in high school, and I lived there for about 4 years, and still, the grammar was not like Kansas. And I lived in Oklahoma City for about 4 years as well. Still, grammar not as bad, but close to being just as bad. Oklahoma is not very far from Kansas, so a lot of the grammar and attitudes and whatnot kind of stay the same. But Kansas definitely takes the cake. And yeah, now I'm back here in Kansas. I would like to not live here for the rest of my life. Not only is it full of closed-minded people, but there's not really a whole lot here to offer someone, especially someone who likes artistic things and wants to pursue something in an artistic field. Like, I don't want to work at an aircraft place, which is what's like the thing here for work. We are an aviation place. Kansas is. My dad has made a career out of being a sheet metal specialist for aviation, but he discovered that he really, really liked that through being in the Navy. That was just what he fancied. That's fantastic. I'm proud of him for that. He's made a really good name for himself because of it. However, because of his age, being 60, aviation places assume that he's not capable of doing his job, and that's really unfortunate because his resume is absolutely impressive. But, you know, Kansas society. Can you guys see my little flower thing that I have in my hair right now? Probably not, because it's black and my room's dark and I'm using the webcam. Anyway, my friend Chessie made it for me. She crocheted or knitted, whatever. She made a white one and a black one and a really badass Jack Skellington beanie for me. Super cool. I decided to use the little flowers as hair pieces. Thank you, Chessie. Okay. I think I have something else I could talk about. Oh, lordy. Negative people. I stumbled across this blog last night on Tumblr, and it was easily one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Straight up Nazi. Straight up racist. Straight up, 100% supported rape and child molestation, and women are meant to be used and thrown away. And was saying stuff about how pretty much everyone who commented or talked to him, they were a poser. They weren't punk enough. They weren't goth enough. No one was as punk and goth as this guy, let me tell you. When really there's nothing punk or goth about rape and child molestation and racism or anything like that, and nothing negative. I was so blown away that there was actually a living, breathing person out there in this world like that. And then it blows my mind even more that he's not the only fucker out there like that. That makes things so much worse. And that's one of the reasons why I'm totally okay with being a misanthrope. Because there are some awful people out there. And yeah, not everyone is like that. Thank goodness. But I don't understand it. I just wanted to, like, seriously, I'm not a religious person. I agree with Buddhism, very much so. In fact, I practice Buddhism. So I guess by definition I would be a Buddhist. But I'm also very into paganism. And yep, things that just make me feel good, make me feel kind of cleansed from the inside. I like things like that, and Christianity has not done that for me whatsoever, but I do own a Bible because I find it interesting. Very interesting story, although it also baffles me how people base their morals off of the Bible. Don't understand that one. But, okay, I really, really, really just wanted to fucking pray for this guy. And I don't pray. I don't do that at all. Not my thing. I might manifest something like, man, I really wish this would happen. Or, just constantly play in my head, this will happen, this will happen. And I should have done something like that, I guess. But I didn't. I really wanted to pick up my Bible and just be like, flip through the pages of something cheerful and just pray for this guy. Why? Why are there people out there like that? The parents clearly did a very unfortunate job with raising him, or he missed out on a shit ton of Wheaties as a child for breakfast. I think that might be it. Maybe I should send him a box of Wheaties. But yeah, I didn't pick up my Bible. I didn't pray for him, obviously. But I did have a moment where I was like, wow, I really hope something changes in his life to make him not be such a terrible person. I really hope his morals change, completely flip-flop. I really hoped for that. And I still do, even though I have no idea who this guy is, and thank goodness I don't, because I would never want to encounter someone like that. But it seriously made me so disgusted on how hateful this boy is. So disgusted, not only did I want to break out the Bible, but I wanted to let some smudge and just be like, oh goodness, so much negativity in my room right now just from reading this blog. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do that either. There's a lot of things I think about doing that I don't actually do. My brain pretty much consists of things I should do but don't do. Not everything, just things like that. I don't know. My mind goes all over the place. Which is probably why I'm not a very good YouTuber. Because I constantly change the subject and stuff, and I'm shy, so I say a lot. So yeah, there we go, another I would strongly advise that people stay away from extremely hateful people, like the blog I saw last night. And the poor girl that he was harassing, man, his ex-girlfriend apparently did something to piss him off, and throughout his entire blog, he was just bashing her. And I know some guys who have kind of, this woman-hating, type personality just because they've been screwed over a lot, which I think is really stupid as well, because I've been screwed over by men and women, and I think everyone sucks, with the exception of, I know that there is good and bad in this world, and it will always be that way. There's good and bad animals, there's good and bad insects, there's good and bad weather, there's good and bad everything. It's always going to be light versus dark. It's been that way since the dawn of time, and it will be like that when the earth collapses. Okay? So, but I can't understand why certain attributes of sexes bother other sexes. Men and women were meant to be completely different, and somehow that means that men and women are supposed to be together, which actually does not even make sense, besides the fact that women can have babies, and without man we would not have babies unless you're Mary, which I think she was impregnated by aliens. Yep. So anyway, any guy that I've ever met who has had a dim view of a woman looks like a Prince Charming. Think of the most ugliest person that you can ever think of. The most ugliest person you've ever encountered in your life that baffled you that they were just that ugly of a person. And of course I don't mean physically, because this isn't beauty. What's in here and what's in here is beauty. So yeah, I'll give you a second. Think of the most ugly person you've ever encountered in your life. Go ahead, I'll wait. Have you thought of that person? He is Prince Charming compared to the guy who runs the blog that I saw last night. I guarantee it. Prince Charming. And that's sad, isn't it? In all honesty, it surprised me that someone who acts that way is actually alive. I don't understand how he hasn't gotten beaten to a bloody pulp, or just straight up murdered. Not that I wish that to happen to him, of course not, I do not. I don't wish death on anyone, except unless he actually is a pedophile and a rapist, then, maybe he should go to jail and get the death sentence, because that's never okay. Ever, ever, ever. No, that is never okay. But other than that, I hope he does not get murdered. I just hope that his morals change immensely. But it still surprised me that he was alive to run a blog so terrible. I still can't even. So I guess that's all I really kind of had to talk about. I don't know. I'll get back to you in case I come up with something. Bye.